What's up, everybody?
You're annoying.
It's your girl, Chef Che, and today you're tapping into the culture menu. I got my co-host.
I got my special, not so special.
Yeah, special, not so special. That's a pretty good one.
That. It's not that.
Yo, you know whose podcast I started listening to? I've heard it. I listened to one last year. I remember like last year, March, and I was like, oh, he's cool. Mark Maron. You know who Mark Maron is?
Yeah, he has the hair.
Yeah, and the glasses. Yeah. He's an older dude.
I said yes twice, and then you kept going on what he looked like. Like, this stuff is so crazy. You can't write this. And then people think I'm crazy.
Okay, let me ask you. Is that called mansplaining?
I don't know what you do. You do long explaining.
Zelia says, she's like, you over-explain things. She's like, you'll say your point, and you'll say it again a different way, or you might just say it again.
Yeah, I mean, you do that. But I feel like that's just who you. I don't know. I don't know. You do it.
So this is what I'm gonna start doing.
Starting when?
For y'all with problems.
Starting when?
Right now.
I don't have. I let it happen. I'm used to it. I am 28 years in. What are you gonna start doing?
No, that podcast, Mark Maron, it was really good. Really, because like I like his interview style. It's more so just casual, and he got Eddie Murphy on. Like he gets everybody, and I kind of see why. He did one with Godfrey actually the other night, and I listened to it when I was going to sleep, but it was like from like 2008, and so it was a while ago. And all they did was like it was a great episode because all they did was like talk ish to each other.
This is tripping. Am I tripping? Is it falling? It feel like it keeps falling.
I don't know.
It looks like it's falling. Yeah, I mean, I've never been into him. There's nothing that ever stuck out to me. I think I've seen him on a movie or something. I don't even know why I would have seen him.
Mark Maron?
Yeah, there was something I might have seen. I might have seen a stand-up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because he has exactly the same. He has that face where like, oh, I've seen you, but I don't know where I've seen you. Yeah. I don't think it's a movie. Or maybe it is movies.
I mean, he just doesn't capture my attention like that. Like, I'm sure he might be interesting.
And yeah, the thing is, he's not a big time comedian like that. He's not you know what I mean? Like, he's a headliner, of course, but he's not like an all-star. That's his name isn't always talked about. But, yeah, he has a dope interview style, but that's something I just thought about just now.
Did you,
Did I do what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Because I was thinking about all the things I want to talk about. They're low-key like negative, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna start off like that.
Oh, you don't gotta start off with negativity. Well, tell me something good that happened this week.
What good happened this week?
Yeah, this week. Between today and Monday. Just say Monday to today. Tell me something good.
I don't know. I feel like I had like I don't know. I'm not gonna go there either.
It wasn't the best week.
I just feel like we should restart this whole thing. I feel like I can't catch up to my mind or something.
Okay, do your intro. Do what you usually do.
No, it's not that. We can talk. Yeah, maybe we should do the intro. That might be what.
Drink some water.
Yeah, that could be it. All right. What were you asking me?
Did you hear about DC Young Fly?
Boo-bopping?
Yeah, he punched or slapped or you hit.
Yeah, I only saw.
There's no footage of it happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just the aftermath. And I don't know what happened.
How did he get that lucky?
So I guess, of it not being recorded. I'm sure the comedy club has footage, but no one's cell phones. Yeah, everyone's cell phones are put away.
Yeah, except for that one person. He said, "I gotta get this last 10 seconds."
Yeah, because you can see there's only 4 videos that came out, and it's just like 4 clips. But yeah, I was wondering if you heard anything about it.
But I've always thought to myself like,
the guy got on stage.
Yeah, but I've always never understood why the comic stage is always so low and so in the crowd when people are saying some really off the wall stuff. You know, you shouldn't be that reachable, I should say.
Yeah, some comedy clubs are different, right? Some of them you are elevated on a stage, and then some of them you're literally like amongst the group of people that are in the bar.
But even
club.
that comedy club, what's that comedy club with the big circle on Sunset that we've gone to?
Comedy club?
The Laugh Factory.
Oh, Laugh Factory?
Even that, I feel like, yes, that stage is elevated, but it's still right there.
Yeah, no, that one is That stage isn't as high. Yeah, that one is like
And it's
you're eye level damn near with everybody.
That is, I just don't. I never understood it.
Yeah, no, because some comedians were talking about, they're like, how come the damn stage is just so close? Anyways, but originally places weren't made to be like comedy spots, right? Then they kind of became comedy spots.
Got you.
Yeah.
So they're what, made for music? I mean, either way though, you made that stage. Oh, you're saying they makeshift, like it was a restaurant and they added.
They have to like
and you can't make the ceiling. You can only make the ceiling so high.
Exactly. And I'm sure there's still regulations, codes, right? There has to be X amount of feet between.
Listen, I'm suing everybody if I get touched.
Yeah, so I'm sure he wasn't tripping. I'm sure once like I'm assuming, right? Once a patron steps onto the stage of the comedian, I feel like at that point the comedian is in defense of himself. Because he crossed that threshold, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think he got in trouble, did he?
I don't know anything.
I don't see why he would. I mean, I'm defending. Like, this is beyond money at this point. This is my life.
Yeah, you're trying to threaten me. I don't know what you're gonna do when you get up to the stage. You could have a knife. You don't know anything.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at the situation. It's not like he jumped off the stage, went into the crowd, and beat up somebody.
And you got to remember, a lot of these people, Sonny, had lives before they made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have PTSD of some sort. Yeah. And thank God all he did was hit him in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because like really these comedy clubs really could be liable about some shit popping off. Like,
yeah. Right. I mean, where was security though to allow him to even get on stage?
That close. Yeah. And I mean, I guess there at some point the security's probably thinking how much of it is a show and how much of it is.
That's a good point.
You know,
because there's some comedians actually that do kind of get into it with somebody in the crowd, and you find out that they're
friends,
they're in
right?
cahoots. Yeah.
Because I used to think that too. Like when someone get roasted or like someone start yelling, I'm like, how was he yelling for so long? Like, you know what I mean? Why is he being pulled out? But I guess it's like that's the show.
Yeah, that's the show. He didn't have a Kramer moment.
He did not have a Kramer moment.
Tony Hinchcliffe almost had a Kramer moment.
What happened with Tony?
Well, basically, like he went on an Asian rant.
No.
So Tony Hinchcliffe, the comedian, I guess was hosting a show, or he's been hosting a show with somebody, but it wasn't Kill
Tony.
Oh, okay. No, it was a comedy show. And so I don't know if it was like him and this Asian guy, I don't know his name, but that's the same guy that filed the complaint. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the dynamic is, but basically the Asian guy did his set, and then Tony came on, and as soon as he took the mic, he was just like going in on Asian people. He used the C word, and it rhymes with ink.
The C word?
Yeah, that's racial slur for Asian people.
Oh, okay. You could say like CH, because I was like...
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, got it.
So, but he went in basically, right? And it kind of like, when I was watching it...
What does that even mean real quick? What does that word mean?
What?
That racial slur. Like, where did that even derive from? Like, what? I
don't know. That's for another time. So
just asking.
Yeah, so basically though, he just went in on him, and I remember watching it before the news came out. I watched this. I happened to watch that set. I watched that. It was online, and then I was like,
"You watched it for that, or you watched it and just so happened to see it?"
No, do you know the comedian Ari Shaffir?
Yes.
Yeah, he released that set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only watched it because I was Tony Hinchcliffe, and it said, "This is what the media won't show," or "This is what like comedy's missing," or "This is not what comedy's missing." Like, "This is what the media won't show you," or something like that. And then I saw Tony Hinchcliffe with the microphone, but it was on Ari Shaffir's page. Okay. So I watched that, and then I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." I was like, "He's going in on this Asian dude and Asian people," and then I was like, "Okay, well, I guess." And then like the next day or 2 days, a couple days later, it came out that he got in trouble for that. Because I was like, "Oh, okay, I can see why he got in trouble."
Like he did take
it was above and beyond, and I'm not sure why he did that.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he doesn't hate Asian people, but he just went in on like Asians in that moment. It wasn't like Kramer. Kramer don't like black people. Kramer clearly does not like black people.
Ah, shoot.
Like, yeah, I think Tony and this dude were cool. I think they had some kind of altercation prior to that.
Right. I was thinking that I feel like Tony would only go off on something or somebody if like they are now stuck in his mind.
Yeah.
And he
couldn't get him out of his head.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And if you watch Kill Tony, you know how Tony works. Mm-hmm. Like his mind is just going, and he can just slaughter you if he chooses, and he cannot. But
he can get real evil on you,
Sonny. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't know how people do it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know how some guests go on because it's like Tony and possibly the people up here, end up like Donnell Rollins. Like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Yo. Okay, don't even send me my check. I'm fine.
Yeah, he got done up. And that wasn't even David Lucas is the one on Kill Tony that's known for roasting people.
Yeah. So yeah.
But it was good.
And it was crazy because it was like he was getting roasted by not like a comedian for real. Like this guy wants to be. He's an aspiring comic, and like you somewhat got talked about by him, and like your feelings got hurt. That's weird. It was so weird to me.
Right. I'm sure it was that perfect combo. He probably wasn't having the best day, anyways. And then whatever.
That's still strange.
And then that necklace comment. He said, "Oh, you wearing someone else's name around your neck." That whole comment, that blew my. He said, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah, you got to know your truth before you walk outside.
That's it. Yeah, that's true.
You know, nobody else can do anything to you.
Because he could have not reacted.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm sure when you're on a stage, there's an audience, and they all just go ooh to you,
and everybody's staring at you. Even when the
they're
show's
waiting
still
for
going
your
on,
response. Yeah.
They're staring at you like
for sure. I'm sure we're talking about it now like it's easy, but like you could be in a group of people and someone start getting on you, and you like.
Oh yeah, you want to fight somebody? Hey, listen, we done seen it happen, right? We've seen.
Man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we've seen stuff. Anyways, because I don't know who watches this, and you don't want to bring up a story of somebody getting beat up, and they be like, so whatever.
Oh,
speaking of fights, right? Floyd, Logan.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Okay, and who are you excited for? What outcome are you excited for?
I would be most excited if Logan Paul wins, but because that would just be insane.
Okay, that would just be okay.
But I totally expect Floyd Mayweather to win. He's the GOAT. You know, like you can't just come in and think that because you're a big dude, you gotta do is knock him out. That's gonna win.
He's a big dude, though.
For sure, he is a big dude. He's much bigger than Floyd. But Floyd has professionals that can't hit him in the face.
I know.
Floyd does this. He's older. I'm sure he's not as fast, but his experience and his skill is beyond.
And his knowledge. Because I'm sure he can just see a muscle slightly move and he's like,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. He can probably look at you and see things he can see your body start to react before you even realize that you're about to do that.
Definitely. I definitely believe that. Because he's been doing this since what? For almost 30 years or so?
Long time.
I don't know. I don't have a person I want to win.
Yeah.
But I would like Floyd to win just for the simple fact that he's the champ. We don't need this white sucker beating him up because they done laid out. What's our other friend that got laid out last time?
Nate Robinson.
There you go. We ain't trying to have that.
Yeah.
And we do see how different the size is. So I'm like, does that affect arm length? I don't know anything about boxing or fighting like that. But how big he is, I'm thinking his arm length compared to Floyd. Floyd's not going to be able to touch him. He's going to have to wear him out.
Yeah, because Floyd doesn't have knockout. That's the thing. Floyd doesn't have knockout power.
So what is he going to do? What's his strategy?
He's gonna beat him up for those rounds. He's gonna go bop 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 bop. Bop 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 bop.
Just dipping that boop 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 bop bop bop.
And I'm sure Floyd's endurance is way higher than Logan's.
So he's gonna be hitting low then. His arms ain't gonna make it to his face.
I'm sure he's gonna be tagging his face because he's gonna set him up.
I can't wait to see this outcome now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
You
pretty
think
good.
that Lil Floyd is gonna be able to reach his arm up to Logan's face?
Yeah, Logan's not the biggest person in the world.
He's
you know
tall,
what I mean?
Sonny.
Yeah, I understand, but he's not. I'm saying he's not a giant either. You know what I'm saying? He's not 6'7". He's not LeBron's height. He's like 6'3", I think, something like that.
If LeBron fought Floyd Mayweather, who would win? That's a tough one.
That'd just be weird.
Because if you get one good one, like if LeBron gets one good one, he could knock his socks off.
Oh no, that's even with Logan tonight. If Logan gets a nice punch on Mayweather, he can put him down.
He can slow him down.
He can put him down. Yeah, for sure. That's the only way he's going to win the fight. He's not going to outbox Mayweather. He's going to have to. But I'm sure he's smart enough to know that he can't just go in there swinging because that's what Mayweather would be ready for anyways. So he has to try to outthink a genius.
And I'm like, I don't understand this fight. It's so complex to me. But it's good. It's good.
Boxing is a science. Boxing is real complex. It's not just throwing hands.
Yeah. Even UFC, when you started having me watch those, what are they, fight championships? I don't know what they are.
Yeah. The pay-per-views?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was like a technique. Like, oh, he's about to roll him. Oh, he about to. And then I was like, oh, okay. And now I'm into it, but I still don't know that much.
Yeah, but do you find mixed martial arts, like UFC, do you find that more interesting than boxing?
Yes,
Is it,
for sure.
How come?
I don't know. It feels more connected, and it feels like...
More connected? What you mean?
Like, people aren't trying not to get hit. Like, they're going to each other, where I feel like boxing is like...
Okay.
You know?
How can I dodge this?
How can I dodge it? Whereas, like, the MMA people are like, I want to get on you now. Like, I want blood.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. Like, they're not trying to get away from each other.
Yeah.
So, I think that's why I like it a little bit more.
Okay.
But this fight with Floyd and Logan, it's a boxing match.
Boxing match. Okay. Yeah, it's a boxing match. It's an exhibition. So, like, no one's being... How does it work?
Like, he's not going to get
There's rules. There was like rules to those, so that it remains an exhibition.
Okay.
There have certain rules they have to follow.
Like,
is it like there is no referee?
what?
How does it work? Yeah, there's a list. Here, I can actually pull it up.
Wait. So,
No,
no, I need these rules.
Yeah, I think in order for it to remain that there can't be a referee.
So we hoping our boys get them up off me or what? Like, that's wild. If it's gonna be no referee, it's gonna be just like their press conference.
Oh,
that's what's gonna happen.
Just what nonsense?
Yeah, his boys trying to jump on whatever Paul that was, and people with busted lips. I think it's gonna be more chaos. But unless it's like a backyard fight, you know, like what's his name, Kimbo. What Kimbo Slice used to do. Whew. Whew, that was like World Star days.
Man,
And he popped that dude's eye out the socket.
he wasn't kidding.
Oh my gosh. And honestly, when he passed away, it was like a superhero died.
Yeah, it was sad.
It was like the Hulk was gone. You're like, wait, what? Kimbo Slice? Have y'all not seen him?
Yeah, Kimbo, man, he was one of and that's when YouTube was fresh too. He was one of the first street fights I had ever like watched online, and I was like, "Who is this monster with this beard?"
Sonny, his fist. Oh, it was crazy. I feel like if he would have fought Mike Tyson, he either would have gave him a run for his money or he might have won. The only difference is Mike Tyson had the technique. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the body structure and stuff like that. Like he knew it was a different level of fighting going on there.
Okay, here I got some rules. Here are the rules.
So rules for
This is the rules for the Mayweather Logan Paul exhibition fight.
Okay.
All right, so there's no winner and no judges.
Oh no, there's a winner.
So there's
All
no right. So at the end of the fight, there's no winner to be declared. So therefore, there's no need for judges, right? So there's no winners and there's no judges because it's an exhibition fight. There's 3-minute rounds at a maximum of 8 rounds. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, but you can't fight more
minutes.
than maximum 24 minutes. Let's see, 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. So each person is to be outfitted with 10-ounce gloves.
No headgear.
But there's no headgear allowed.
Yo, Mayweather can't lose no brain cells right now. Okay, he's at an age where we do not have brain cells to give out. Okay, Sonny. I wish we could play that video where he's trying to. Never mind.
So check this out. So there are weight limits. So typically, right? So the reason that it's an exhibition instead of an official match is because of the big weight difference between the two.
Oh, got you.
Right. So, but there is still a limit. So Logan Paul, he cannot exceed 190 pounds when he steps into the ring.
Okay.
Or he'll get a $100,000 fine for every pound he's over. Okay? Mayweather, he's expected to be at least 160 pounds on Sunday. 44 years old.
So they're about
26 years
30.
old.
They're about 30 pounds apart. 44 years old and 26 years old.
44 and 26. What's that quick math?
You know, I don't even know. I just
18
know
years?
that shit ain't right. That is what's bringing everybody to the TV. You have to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, because
Logan's gonna lose.
it's a fight, right? So it can go anyway. It can go anyway.
But you know Mayweather told Logan to lose.
You know Mayweather what?
Like, you know, like, out of respect, he's gonna lose.
Who, Logan?
Yeah.
No, Logan said, he said, this is my plan. I'm going to beat Mayweather. I'm going to beat Mayweather. I'm going to run off to somewhere, and I'm never going to give him a rematch. He has a plan.
And you know Mayweather ain't going to have that.
Yeah, what did he say? He said, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to do something. And then he says, and then I'm never going to give him a rematch. And then he just like walked off.
See, that's a cold piece right there.
Yep. Logan's calculated.
I was gonna say both of them are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's more calculated, this brother. But I think that's gonna be exciting tonight. So.
Oh, that's tonight.
That's tonight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's tonight.
It's not free, I'm assuming.
I can find it. You want to come by and watch it?
Hey man, we on live television.
You should come by and watch it tonight.
Okay, well we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah.
So. Okay, hold on, Sonny. I know you saw this because we're in investing and things like that now, so we see a little bit of stuff. You see it's in Italian artist that sold.
Oh, an invisible sculpture.
Invisible sculpture signed for $18,000. Wait, that's not it. He also is making you put it in a special place in your house. It has to be in a room temperature, to room controlled environment. I said, if you don't get your scamming ass.
That's the
Sonny, $18K.
That's the pinnacle.
But you're also paying for this air controlled situation. What?
That's the biggest. He's done the impossible. Sonny. He's done what everyone wants to be able to do. Think about it, right? Scam. Some people are like, "Oh, you created this painting with just a square on it, and you want to call this art?"
Right.
My man's here.
He said
I got it. I'm selling you invisible art. Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
I need to go see it.
You can see it right here.
I need to go see this thing.
I promise you there's 14 of them in this room right now.
Isn't that something?
You didn't know it, but I paid a lot of money.
I wonder how heavy it is.
Okay, I paid over $100,000 for all this art that you see up in here.
Whoever bought it is an
idiot.
I think. Or let's look at it. Let's try to find a different perspective.
You're the first person that bought invisible art?
Yes.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
On that was been recorded.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Have you met a crackhead in LA? They didn't sold you invisible shit. No.
Oh, man.
No. Sonny, no.
Okay. He's probably gonna take that invisible piece and flip it.
Oh. Who? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Right.
No, and if he does do that, Sonny, I'm making a documentary about this shit. Because that's crazy. That's a crazy story. I spent $18,000 on invisible art.
Where could this lead?
Someone else flipped it and bought it for $100,000.
Do you think that you're gonna start hearing more stories, or this is probably one off?
Sonny, no. The person that bought it regrets it to this day. To this day. No, whoever bought it is they're being called an idiot.
I don't know. I mean, because that is 16,000. 18,000. I mean, sure. Maybe if you've got it like that and you just have 18 for you, you think that.
What?
I'm trying to. I don't know.
If you got it like that.
If you got it like that, and you
no.
you can spend 18. I'm trying to find a way.
Then you don't deserve the money you have
this.
anyways. Like, let him buy more. No. That person. No. I would love to know more about the person that bought it. Actually, less about the artist. We already know what's happening there. More about the person that bought it and what they were thinking and how they see the value of it maturing.
How they see the value of it maturing?
Because I don't
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was on Hulu, and there was a thing called Sasquatch, and it was a documentary. Have you seen it?
I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. But have you seen it?
No.
All right. So I was like, oh, it's a documentary on Sasquatch. It has to be real, right? And I'm thinking all my life, I've been thinking there are Sasquatches up there. You know what I mean?
Oh, you believe in Sasquatch?
Do you not?
Bigfoot, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
It's not something I really ever decided it, but if you're gonna ask me, I'd be like, probably not.
Oh, so you're gonna leave me out here by myself? Cool. It's fine. I'm a lone soldier.
At one point, maybe, but I don't think there's a mythical Bigfoot walking around. Because at this point in time, the same way these aliens are being spotted, who can turn invisible whenever they want.
Are they being spotted though?
That's what I'm looking at on these videos. not aliens, the spacecrafts. There's got to be a Bigfoot poop, Bigfoot print, Bigfoot sighting. These
And has
drones.
there not?
No, yeah, every one of them is blurry. It's like the last time someone took a Bigfoot sighting was like in 1996.
All right, and I think that's what it was talking about, right? It was that one where Bigfoot was walking by the lake.
I don't want to cut you off. Sorry.
But anyway, so I was like, oh my gosh, we about to find out about Bigfoot.
Okay.
You know? Sonny, it basically takes you through these twists and turns. In the beginning, they have you thinking there's really a Sasquatch and there's really Bigfoot. And then you realize it's just a whole bunch of drug dealers.
Wait, what?
Messing with each other. Yeah. Killing people to mess with each other. It's crazy. So they would like rip the bodies apart and like...
Real human bodies?
That's how they kept the theory going.
When did this start?
And then this other guy, this big drug dealer, paid this guy to wear the Sasquatch thing from across the lake or the pond, and he was gonna catch the video. And they sold that video. Him and these two gentlemen sold the video, and they never got found out. And the guy that was in the suit finally came out about it, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy doesn't talk to me anymore because I came out about it."
That's why I was like, the director, the creator of that was on Joe Rogan a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even watch it, but I did recognize that it was saying Sasquatch director.
It was wild.
So wait a minute. How long ago did they first start? Did the scheme first start?
Well, it started back in 19 whatever, right? They made you believe that there were Sasquatches up there, but they were also in the hills where like they were growing drugs and things like that. Okay. And so they wanted to keep that going. They wanted you to be scared. You know what I mean? So they would like...
To come to that area?
Yeah. So like if you were like guarding or something at night, like other groups of people would come and like slaughter your body and make that group, that drug dealing group, think that a Sasquatch came and then make you want to leave that area. It was so stupid. I'm like, I'm
trying to wrap my head around all this, man.
So they were killing each other, making it seem like it was Sasquatches, but it was actually...
So each gang had their own Sasquatch pretender?
Basically.
Or was the same guy hired for both groups?
I feel like it was this one main guy that was like killing people.
Oh, okay.
And making it seem like it was a Sasquatch. But listen, the end of the story is there's no Bigfoot, guys.
Yeah.
There's no Bigfoot. I'm actually sad that I watched it because I was thinking, okay, if I go camping, is there really a Bigfoot I got to look out for? Do I need to stay locked and loaded? But... I guess, guys, you can go camping without a Bigfoot coming. But a bear might. So.
Speaking of camping, man, we haven't done that in a long time.
Camping. That used to be our getaway.
Law, man. Yeah. You remember our first time going camping together? Or like the first time we camped?
I don't know our first time. Oh, the time we got all those tickets?
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember the first time. We got all them felonies.
We got all those citations.
Sonny, we got felonies. Don't call them citations. Felonies.
Yo.
They were felony citations.
Man, it's like you don't realize how serious they take the park until you're up in there. And then you get hit
and you're making illegal fires and you're parking illegally.
Those rangers are serious about that job.
Listen.
Yeah, it was nuts. So what? We went to Joshua Tree. How many years ago was this? Probably 2016?
Probably 8, 9.
2000, what? 8 or 9?
No, 9 years ago.
Oh, about 9 years ago? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. So where does that put us?
Carry this.
2011? 2012? Yeah, I guess you're right, around that time. So, wow. Yeah. So that was a good time. Went up to Joshua Tree. We didn't reserve a spot. We went to the Jumbo Rocks area, and we got up there at night. That's one of the things you don't want to do. That's the like if you don't have to, you do not want to arrive at your campsite at night
and it not be built.
Right, because you still have to set up camp, get your fire going. Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's hard especially when you're new to camping.
Oh my gosh.
So we drive inside the park. We're like, yo, finally made it. Nice. Took about 2-3 hours from LA. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, yo, we don't see any available sites. We're driving through the park. Mind you, it's nighttime. So our headlights are shining through people's tents. And like you can hear everything. And then so we're driving through. We're like, yo, we don't see anything. We're like, we came way out here. We can't not camp. Yeah. Let's just keep looking. So we drive through like 2-3 times and we saw this little spot. little area that wasn't occupied.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, cool. We like, I don't know how we missed this the first few times.
Crazy us.
Right. Everything else seems to have a number, but this one, it looks like they forgot to put the number on it or something.
They must have forgot it.
Must have forgot to put the number on. So let's set up here. Oh, but everyone else seems to have parking spaces. This one doesn't.
Everyone else seems to have fire.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's just pull along the curb because I think you can do that out here.
Oh my gosh.
And so we end up walking through some bushes and finding this little plot of land.
Sunny.
And so we end up setting up camp. It's how many of us? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's like 5 of us. Yeah. And so set up camp with flashlights. And we got 1, 2 tents set up, maybe 3 tents, and we set up a fire. But usually there's like a space for you to create a fire. There's like a fire pit. And you put your logs in there or whatever you're going to use, and you get that going. Our area didn't have one. We're like, well, shoot, I guess you got to do everything yourself here. So we all found some rocks, and then we like created a fire ring with rocks.
We went searching for rocks at midnight. Like, think about that. Like,
walking around people's tents, and we were like, sorry, excuse me.
Don't mind. That's all. Excuse me.
And
people were looking at us crazy. Like, we should have known. Like, people were like, okay, whatever.
And so, so we basically find these rocks, create a fire ring, and then we put our timber, our wood blocks in there, and then we get our fire going. Yeah. So cool. We're having an actually good night, and we're just sitting there enjoying the evening, and then we all end up passing out a few hours later. Now, when you go camping, you kind of get woken up by the sounds of everybody else, or just simply the sun rising.
Right.
And then, so, we woke up, stretched our arms, feeling good, like, oh, we out here. And then, we get out, come back to our fire, and we start it up so we can get our breakfast going. Mm-hmm. And then, so we're really just kind of enjoying the morning. But then as we realize the morning is here, we go back to the car, and we realize that our car is damn near parked in the middle of what the road is. You remember that? We were like halfway blocking the road. I
remember.
Because we were parked in not a parking. We were literally just pulled off to the side.
Yeah.
And walked through.
Like, we were pulling up to the grandma's house, and we were just like, "Oh, we're gonna be right here for a second." Like,
exactly.
And I think we were facing the wrong way.
We were okay facing the right. We were facing the right.
I feel like one car was facing this way, and one car was facing this way.
Okay, maybe. And so we're chilling there, enjoying our breakfast, or trying to get breakfast going, and then we see a Ranger truck pull up. Mm-hmm. We're like, "Oh, okay, well, okay."
We're not tripping too much.
We're not tripping, really. Yeah. We're just like. Maybe they say hi to everybody. So he gets out of his truck.
I was not thinking that. Get the fuck out of here.
Walks through the bushes. And I'm just like walking. I was like, damn, he's walking through the bushes like we are. I was like, why you got to walk through bushes to get to this site? I'm going through all this in my head. So he's like, hey, good morning, everybody. And we're like, hey.
So nice. Such a nice gentleman.
But he's like looking around.
Oh, my gosh.
At our setup. And he's like, when did you guys get here? We're like, oh, last night. And he's like, oh, okay. All right. I'll be right. You know what? Enjoy. He said, I'll be back. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, he was like, I'll be right back. And he said it so fast that we all looked at each other. He was like, I'll be right back. And then he hops in the car, and we're like, oh, snaps. Yeah. Like, we know something's about to happen. So
we don't really know, though, because he's like, I'll be right back.
Sonny, I know I said
no, I don't know if he said, I'll be right back. I think he said, all right, and, enjoy yourselves.
He said, I'll be right back.
Okay. So then, he leaves, and we're kind of like,
Or you're right. He might have just said, "Enjoy yourself."
Yeah, he said he didn't really set himself up.
You right.
Yeah, because he was
like,
just
all right, well, yeah, you guys have fun. Da, 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 da. And I was like, he knew he caught a big fish.
So, so then maybe it's like 5-10 minutes pass, and another truck pulls up, or he comes with someone else.
Yes. No, I think his boss comes.
Yeah, his boss ends up coming. And then he's like, hey, guys. And we're like, hey, what's going on? He's like, everything you're doing is illegal right now.
He said, I can name about 6 things.
Yeah, I can name about 6 things you guys have done illegally right now. And
but I'm only going to give you guys 3 tickets.
He's like, this isn't a campsite. He's like, this isn't a campsite. There's no number here. He's like, look at, he was cool, sort of. But he was like, this isn't a campsite. You guys started a fire illegally. You're parked illegally.
And we used the park.
Oh, we used the brush. We used the brush, like the bush around. He's like, you guys are using federal property you're burning federal property. Oh my gosh. And he's like, we're like, oh, we're sorry, man. This is our first time camping. We had no idea. And he's like, well, it looks like that group over there is packing up to leave. So if you guys hurry up, you can grab that one. He's like, but I got to give y'all some tickets. And so he's like, I could give you like 6, but I'll only give you guys like a cup, like 2 or 3.
He gave us 2.
Okay, so he's like, so between 2 people, he gave 2 different people tickets, and he's like, y'all figure it out.
But someone took 2 tickets and someone took 1.
Okay.
And I remember that. That was crazy.
Yeah, so we found out that we did it all wrong and ended up having a great trip.
Yeah,
So he was cool and was like, all right, yo, I gotta give you these tickets, but you guys can probably grab that spot. It looks like they're leaving. So we actually went and got ourselves a nice spot. And then once you get to a legit camping site, you're like, yes, you have a table, a fire pit, a space.
You're like realizing, dang, we really doing it wrong. We
legitimately did it wrong.
Like, we don't even have a bench over here. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
That was wild.
That was our
really
first
crazy.
time camping. It was fun.
Yeah, and I mean, it was all good and gravy until you realize those were felony tickets. And those are really big charges, and they were really big tickets, and those were crazy. That was crazy. It was funny in the beginning until that stuff happened.
Yeah, but that didn't ruin our trip, though. I mean, at least we
didn't know until later, obviously.
Oh, how bad it was. yeah, you're right.
But are we
what
gonna
did we
talk
do
about
that trip?
Are we gonna talk about nothing really?
Oh,
are we gonna talk about other camping trips?
Yeah.
Or are you not able to?
Yeah, but remember we took mushrooms on the first trip.
Hey, man.
Mushrooms.
Hey, man, chill,
that was the best part of the trip, man.
That wasn't that trip.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't, fool.
Yeah, it was.
No,
That's why we went to Joshua Tree.
Oh, yeah, because she left early.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, So that was a good time.
Oh, that's crazy.
We had a bunch of them. And then we all decided to take. It was all of our first times.
Then.
We did it 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man. No, I didn't.
No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Okay, yeah, that was crazy.
Right, because everybody was trying to like just figure things out.
Okay,
and so we're like, let's try this mythical Joshua Tree trip.
Wow.
And then so we all took like stems or caps or whatever we did. We remember we spaced it out. We'd like take a cap, wait 20 minutes, and then take a stem, wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
We did both a stem and a whatchamafase every 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we was probably high as hell by the end of the night.
Well, maybe, but not because remember none of us tripped.
I had a bad trip.
You didn't have a bad trip, but it got good. Well, we'll get there. We'll get to that. That was funny. And so then we basically just like walked around Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree Jumbo Rock area is basically like these huge boulders and like rock formations that you kind of wonder how they even got put together.
Yeah.
It's like one big rock bouncing on top of another big rock that are way too big for anybody to place there.
Yeah.
And so that's like what the whole park is, right? And so we're just hiking all day, and then we're also taking our dosages throughout the day.
That's crazy.
And then so like
hiking on rocks.
Hiking on rocks.
On psychedelics. Hiking.
And I just remember like because it just made me like giggly. But you know they start to kick in when your stomach starts to hurt a little bit. Because remember everyone was like, oh, my stomach kind of hurts. And that's when you know it's in there. Yeah. And then like shortly after you start to like feel it.
Yeah.
But I remember being giggly, laughing. And then after a while we all took our separate way, all went our separate ways. And like we all found a mountain and like laid on a mountain. And
it was crazy.
It was amazing. It was dope.
It was so deep. Like we all came back like watery eyed and like with like revelations and like life-changing decisions had to be made, like for all of us at that time. Like I think I quit my job like 2 days later when I went back. Probably. Yeah, I mean, or like within that 6 days. Yeah. I was definitely like, oh yeah, this is not what life is about. I saw a kaleidoscope in the air, and it was like purple. And
so then we get to the evening. Hold on, we're taking a break here.
You moved it.
No, he's right.
No, I don't play about bugs, shawty.
Coco attack bugs.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to her. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah. So then as we got into the evening, the sunset, like this like group of young kids came and like got the site next to us.
Oh God.
And so it looked like they were having a good time. And then like, you know, it's nighttime. We're kicking it by the fire. And then like one of the kids comes over and he's like, what did he say?
He was like, guys, can you help us? Oh, we got a lake. Can you help us build our...
build our fire.
No, build everything, nigga. They asked us to build everything. They was like, can you build the tent? Can you help... And then they came back and was like, can you help us start the fire? And we were like, oh, right? And then they were like, oh, why don't we all hang out? Why don't we all hang out together? And I was already iffy about it. You know me, my Virgo self. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, man. I remember like so. I know your night kind of took a turn when he was like, "Hey, I think I cut my." Did he say I cut myself?
Yeah, he was like, "Hey,
look at my hands."
He was like, "I cut my hand." He was like, "Does it look like it's infected?" And Sonny, he put his hand in my face. I was like, "I don't know." He put his hand in my face. It looked like it was just boom.
It was like just, pulsating. It was like it went big and small.
It was just big, and I was like, "Maybe it's about to." I was like, "Oh no!" And then I didn't want to be responsible for him dying, so then I was like hyperventilating in my head, and I was like, and I think I told him his hand was okay, and then I went to you and I was like, I told him his hand was okay, and it's not. Da, 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 da. And you're like, "Oh, bro, you tripping,
man."
You're like, "Go lay down or something."
You didn't see the rest of the night. You went to the tent.
I think I went to the car.
Nah, you wouldn't lay. You went to the tent, lay down. I think you went somewhere. You went somewhere.
I was probably tripping.
You
bro.
left.
Yo, that was crazy. I was like, oh no. And then
that's hilarious. I remember him being like, "I hurt myself. I cut myself, and then my hand's big."
Man, they were crazy. I was like, man, we had such a good time.
That was fun.
And then that happened. I had sprained my ankle, and I was so high that it didn't affect me until I got home. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was still climbing. We did like 3 hikes after that.
Yep.
And I was limping a little bit, but it was fine.
I thought you sprained your ankle on that Tar Creek hike we did with everybody, and then we jumped off the rocks. Oh no! Oh no!
We went to Joshua Tree. We were out.
Oh, okay.
And then I sprained my ankle and I cried. You remember? You were like, and everybody was like, "Chelsea just cried," and that's how I was like, "Oh yeah, we know she high."
Oh, okay.
Because it was like not that serious, and it was like,
I kind of remember. You jumped off something, or you just stepped on a rock?
I feel like we were like walking, and it just.
Oh, I remember that. But okay. My memory was twisted.
But anyways, yeah, it was wild, man. It was
a great time.
It was a great time, great experience. We did it multiple times after that.
Yeah.
Without drugs, but yeah, we should do that again. I mean, well, we have Phoenix, so it's a little different now. We could do like a RV kind of.
I'm trying to think. I mean, nah, she can be in a tent.
No,
when we all sleep,
not gonna be in a tent. Whether she can be or she is,
I don't see the issue.
No, why don't we get an RV? She needs air. No, she needs a bed. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be tight. Me, the baby.
I'm not saying we all have to sleep in the RV. Like you have a truck too. We could put like beds in the back of the truck, and then you guys have the RV, something like that.
That's why y'all gotta get trucks. Like I tried to put y'all on to. You gotta get a truck. You sleep wherever you want.
No. Anyways, so there's a lot of per usual, I guess, sexual assault happening in the news. And which way do you want to go, left or right?
Where do I go if I go left or right?
No, pick one. I'm gonna take you somewhere, whether you pick left or right.
The right pill.
Ooh, okay. The right pill is Drake Bell. Do you know who Drake Bell is?
Drake Bell, Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
That sucks that guy's name is drugged down. Every time you mention him, the Josh character is always mentioned. Oh yeah, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, well, in this one, Josh is not mentioned.
Right.
It's just Drake.
Okay.
And Drake is being charged with child endangerment.
Oh, I saw that
and like
title.
Other child
Isn't that when so you could have a kid in your backseat and drive recklessly, and that's child endangerment?
Yeah, but his charges, you can tell that they lowered him from it was probably like child sexual assault or something, and then they let's just split these charges up, and we'll make it look like you weren't involved. But no, a situation happened with a 15-year-old girl, so it's not like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I guess there's not too many details because she's a minor, but something happened. But I'm just saying, I don't know. It's all these Nickelodeon weird kids, man. They grow up and they be weird.
Yeah, man. I feel like if you're in a room full of 10 people, at least 4 of them people are going.
Bro, we found out the neighbor is not our neighbor, but a neighbor of someone is a pedophile.
Oh yeah.
And it's now we have to watch everything.
Everybody, everything.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep.
Why is it so prominent in society that people find it somehow?
But that's been for a long time. That's not anything new either. That's people have always been child predators. That's not new.
But I just don't understand what about their mind. I guess those people don't grow up, right? I mean,
well, a lot of people that are child predators were touched
or assaulted.
Yeah, assaulted themselves, right? It always They say in a lot of the cases, it's stemmed from them being assaulted themselves.
Woo, we gotta stop that cycle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do. And they were saying, because like I was watching this thing about them, and they were saying how the issue is like, you know, as soon as the word like child predator or like you know, molested, whatever they are, yeah. Anytime you mention that about someone, that being their charge, there's like never any like try to rehabilitate, never rehabilitation for them. There's always straight to, okay, you need to go to jail because you're sick. And he's just like, I'm not trying to defend them, but I'm also saying like there's no way for them to get help or try to be better because the system literally doesn't care. They're like, oh, because that's what you do, there's no gray area for you. No, I get it, but I found it interesting that he was a part of a defense or an organization to
help
child predators recover or whatever. Yeah, right. It's a sticky job.
I feel like we shouldn't take risks like that for children. I feel like you did it once.
Yeah,
we gave you an opportunity to not do it. We let you be a regular citizen of this society. You chose to be a fuckboy.
Because he said something interesting.
You gotta go.
Because he was like, right? He's like, because what do you do if you are? Say you do feel like, oh my God, I have this weird feeling where I like want to touch my own child. He's like, you can't tell anybody that. Like versus if you're like, oh my God, I feel like I want to kill myself. There's hotlines for that. But if you tell someone, oh my God, I have this weird feeling that I don't want, but I feel this way, you're getting snatched up no matter who you tell. So he was saying like,
we should start a new movement where predators tell us that they're having feelings, okay, about children. Yes, we would love for you to tell us. Let us know. Warn us, please. Don't worry about what happens after, okay? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Please
I don't
warn
know.
us.
I do think that there should be some kind of reach out program. Because then it prevents them from
reach out and kill them.
Okay.
That's just the way I think. And I can't be politically correct with this one. Because I think I have to put myself in like that parents or aunts or something shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like if that were to happen, Sonny, my whole life
obviously,
is over.
But you're going beyond what I'm saying. That we're trying to prevent it from happening. Yeah. We're talking about prevention.
But do you think that there is a prevention?
Versus him just acting out, or versus him saying, hey, I'm trying to come to you guys because I feel this way. Mm-hmm. Right? Maybe you guys can stop me from having an issue, from me acting out. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're having that urge, I'm sure they'd be like, okay, well, let's get to the bottom of why you're having this urge. And then possibly they can start doing more research and keeping this shit from happening.
Yeah. I think that when we have time for that, we could do that. We can try and find them help. But right now we have other things to worry about, so we should just off them. Mm-hmm. And when we have time, we can start worrying about recovery and all that other stuff, prevention. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
People out here touching people. People out here touching people.
And it's so weird. Keep your hands to your motherfucking self. Like, keep your hands to yourself. Cuba Gooding Jr.
What happened?
He just lost his case. You saw that video where he like groped that girl in the club or something?
I think so.
And he's like going, like everybody started coming out like, yeah, he touched me.
Was he wearing all white in the video? Yeah, I remember.
It's like braid or something. Like, bruh, chill. We knew he was strange. But yeah, he just lost the case. Man. I mean, but that was like a financial one. That wasn't like, what's it called when you go to like court?
Settle? Oh, when you don't go to court?
Like that was like a civil case, right? When it's like against each other.
Oh, okay.
And not when
civil
like
court?
the law is involved, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, but this actually just sets it up so that all the cases he does have stacking up is like they're going to use this as evidence. Like he actually
he settled.
Well, he didn't settle. He lost the case.
Oh, okay.
He lost the case about this.
That means they had her side had evidence to prove.
I mean, they have the video. We all saw it.
I'm blurry.
It didn't seem like she was like, touch me. It seemed like he took assertion and was like, doop, and then she was like, whoa, and he was like, hey, babe, I'm just trying to talk to you.
He might become president one day.
Listen, don't be mad. I'm leaving.
That's how we got.
I've already said I'm going to Anguilla. If y'all ever need to find me, if shit go haywire and you can't find me, know where I am. Well, don't know where I'm in.
Now they will know.
No, don't know where I am. Actually,
now they will know.
Yeah. I'm ready for the Space Jam movie to come out. Only because I want to compare it to the old. Because I know it's not gonna be it. It's not gonna be it.
Don't. I feel like don't do that because that's what happened with the Coming to America.
I Believe I Can Fly. They are not gonna have a record like that.
Nah, did you hear? It was supposed. You told me, right? It was supposed to be somebody else, but they replaced it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, let me think.
Oh my God,
Let me
we're
think.
gonna fucking
Somebody
got
somebody
You're
got.
so stupid.
All
Anyways, we can't talk about stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you told me that. Oh, because somebody told you.
It's just worse and worse and worse and worse.
Well, yeah, we'll cut that out.
All I was saying was
Don't talk about Space Jam then. I know too much.
No, because we can talk about Space Jam. You don't have to talk about things you don't.
I might leak knowledge.
Oh God,
I might leak knowledge.
There's nothing to leak but that. That was like the one fucking thing. Like,
Oh, that was the most interesting thing to me about the movie because I'm not interested.
look, he said time up. Oh, you gotta go already?
No, it was to remind myself to put a shop announcement. That 15 Degree, the Etsy page, will be transitioning into Modern Madera, which is a more plant-focused brand that highlights furniture for plants.
And the alarm was set to do it on this podcast?
No, actually, that's funny. Timing is everything.
Okay.
But I knew that I would have to do it at a time where I'd have to check my phone.
So I'm glad you got that out there.
Thank you.
And we'll talk more about it once it's all done, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do want you to explain to the listeners and the viewers what's a short squeeze, because we talk about stocks on here and you explained it to me in a different way. And I thought to myself, oh, I need him to explain to the listeners just a little bit about what a short squeeze is, or you got to do it. The best way for you to learn is to teach others. So what happened with GameStop, AMC, and BB? Oh, goddamn. Hit him in the gut. So what you're about to do, Sonny, is you're going to put our listeners on to a short squeeze. Boom.
I actually don't have the best definition of a short squeeze. I don't. My buddy has to explain it to me, actually, all the time. But I do know that if we're talking about AMC, hedge funds are going short on AMC stock. So they are trying to short sell AMC stock. So they're trying to basically drive the price as low as they can to put the company out of business. They're betting against the company. And so when you're short a stock, you're borrowing shares from
Artificial shares, right?
No, their shares they can become artificial shares. That's what like a naked
naked call.
Naked calls are. And so you're borrowing shares so that you can then sell them back to whoever you borrowed them from for a specific price. So let's say the stock is $75 and you want to short the stock because you think it's going to go down to 50. You borrow X amount of shares and say that I'm going to sell these back to you at a certain date when they reach, whatever the price is at that certain date, basically. And what the issue is, when it doesn't go in your favor, so say it goes, instead of going from 75 to 50, it goes 75 to 100.
Okay.
You have to pay that difference back.
Right.
But
and that's 100 shares, right?
Yeah, multiplied by how many shares you have.
Right.
And so that's sort of what was happening with like the AMC situation, where these hedge funds were trying to super duper short this stock. But the internet and Reddit community, these retail investors found out and was like, yo, let's stick it to them and buy up all these shares. Therefore, messing up their short sale.
Right. So that's why it's going like this.
Right. And so the further down, that these companies try to push the price of AMC, more people just keep buying in, which is opposite of what they want.
Right.
And so they keep averaging themselves down, right? Thinking, no, we're going to get it. And so it's just creating this crazy buying pressure.
Yeah, and everyone's holding AMC, everything, you know. And I'm glad you explained it because I couldn't. You know, I did some crazy stuff this week and made some bad decisions, and it happens. You know, I had a really good week last week, but this week it's just not so good. Yeah. And I lost a lot of money.
It's okay.
Legally,
you can end up having a good month. One bad week won't mess your month up.
The way this last week was,
it might have screwed me forever.
My Robinhood account only has $40 in it, and it started with over.
That's crazy.
Okay, and I don't even use my Robinhood account. Like my Robinhood is usually my play money.
Yeah,
and everything is in my Webull or like or Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
But Sonny, and all that money really was in SPY. You remember how I was like, I've been investing in SPY every week. And then I was like, I'm gonna pull out all my money in SPY.
You pulled out your SPY share?
Sonny. I pulled out all my SPY.
Oh, wow.
Used all that money to do some dumb shit with BlackBerry. Don't lick me right now, I can't. And lost all of it. And I swear I couldn't even I still haven't opened my Robinhood. Since those contracts expired, Friday, I think I stopped looking at it like 8 o'clock. I was like, you know what? This is not looking good.
Yeah.
I think I saw that it had $40 in it. Yeah. And I said...
Yeah, for me, it was about a month and a half ago where I thought I was doing good. I was doing okay. And then I made a bad play. And then I tried to catch it and double down. And I just started making bad decisions after that. Like within 1 or 2 days, I lost way more money than I should have. And I was just like, oh, I can't do it. So I took a break probably for a month. I think I didn't really mess with it for a month or so because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta reevaluate.
Options ain't no joke, man. You just have to know what you're getting yourself into. And the craziest part is, right, I know what I'm doing, but I just hopped in this bandwagon and I was just like, I don't even know. Didn't even check, didn't even nothing, right? And Sonny, that thing just flew down. Yeah. And I fell asleep. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know it's so early, but I must have smoked and fell back to sleep. I woke up an hour and it was like everything was 50% down. And I was like, okay, we can either, keep going and think it's going to go back up or pull out. I thought it was going to go back up. And that's another thing I learned, right? Don't wish on the stock, right? Don't look at it and be like, it's going to go up, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. Look at it and see it for what it is. Sometimes I never can just see it for what it is. Yeah. So.
You got to cut your losses sometimes. It's okay.
20%. That's my limit. So when it said 50, I was like, what am I doing here? I could have still had.
Yeah, ain't nothing worse than seeing a 50. Especially the same day you got the contract.
Sonny, an hour and a half. Sonny, you wake up thinking, whoo, I'm about to be lit.
Yeah.
And the thing was going. It was moving. I was like, ooh. Oh, my God. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it no more.
It's okay.
Shit.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's like that sometimes.
All right. You did a Put You On segment with the short squeeze and stocks. I'm going to do a Put You On segment about an artist.
Okay.
Remble. Okay. He's from San Pedro.
Okay.
He has this freestyle. It's called Gordon Ramsay Freestyle.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay. He only has 5 songs, but all his songs are fucking great. Okay. There's another song he has with Drakeo, the Ruler, and I think it's called Ruth's Chris Freestyle. So you guys check those 2 songs out. Check those records out. He's dope. I like him. Is that my only Put You On? Yeah, that's my only Put You On.
Okay.
We didn't.
I think Remble will appreciate that.
We didn't introduce ourselves today.
Oh well.
Even though it's the end of the podcast, we'll do it one time for the one time and the people in the back. This is your host, the one and only Chef Che. This has been episode 23.
It's a lot of episodes, man. Episode 23. I'm Lasani.
Oh, God.
You stopped at a weird spot.
Our intros are never going to happen.
I
tried to change it this day because I tried to change it today because I was like, okay.
You just throw me a lob and that's what you know to do with it.
We fully fucking had a conversation about the order of the intro and how we were gonna do this. So
Yeah, but you didn't finish.
Sonny, I said I'm gonna say my name and I'm gonna say it's episode 23, and I said as soon as I stop talking, you're gonna say your name. That is exactly what we talked about.
Oh well, you didn't. You tried to set. You didn't set me up.
Is that the conversation we had?
Yeah.
I hope the listeners really understand that there is a consistent situation happening here. He tells me he didn't say something, he actually did, and then we argue about it.
Well, it's your boy Sonny,
and it's been episode. And this has been the Culture Menu Podcast. Tap in.
Tap in.